Some say he's just a retired general, others say he's the dragon of the West. But to us, he's the tea-brewing, wisdom-dispensing, firebending philosopher who stole every scene he appeared in. Welcome back to the weekly Legendary Design, and today we're honoring the greatest uncle in all the four nations, Iroh. Let's dive in, as always, with the color alignment test. Let's begin with the obvious. Iroh is one of the most powerful firebenders in the land and able to redirect lightning, breathe flame, and once laid siege to the walls of Ba Sing Se. He's royalty of the Fire Nation and once stood at the head of its armies. That kind of command? That kind of raw destructive potential? That's red to the core. Next comes white, and this may be the color that defines his philosophy. Iroh believes in balance, discipline, and above all, peace. He walks away from the war, seeks harmony among the nations. He teaches Zuko not how to conquer, but to heal. His guidance is structured, principled, and deeply moral. That's white mana at its most noble. And finally, there's a subtle but powerful thread of green. Iroh is deeply spiritual. He studies the natural flow of energy. He respects ancient traditions, listens to the world, and nurtures people around him. He often speaks of destiny and letting things unfold as they should. Green shows up not in his power, but in his patience. So while the Fire Nation might see him as a red general, we know better. Iroh is a Naya legend. Red, white, and green mixed and brewed to perfection like a jasmine cup of tea. Before we dive into Ether Genesis, a quick word from today's sponsor, the Jasmine Dragon, Ba Sing Se's finest tea house. Tired of the backstabbing politics of Commander, or the soul-crushing task of watching modern staples spike while you still haven't built your deck? You deserve a break. So next time you planeswalk to the Avatar verse, stop by the upper ring of Ba Sing Se and visit the Jasmine Dragon. Enjoy a warm cup of ginseng, jasmine, or white dragon bush. No deck lists, no combos, just peace. And if you're watching this video, show Uncle Iroh this white lotus symbol, and get 10% off your tea order. Wisdom and Serenity now with a discount. When designing Iroh, the first keyword we settled on was Vigilance. Why? Because Uncle Iroh is never caught off guard. Whether he's deflecting lightning, reading the tea leaves of a tense conversation, or just sensing Zuko's inner turmoil, he's always watching, always grounded. Vigilance in gameplay captures that perfect balance of readiness and resolve. Iroh also gets Firebending 3, a solid count, though not the highest among firebenders. He doesn't need flashy access. Instead, he's precise and strategic. And here's where things get interesting. Paired with Vigilance, Iroh becomes terrifyingly efficient. He can swing into combat without tapping, then remain untapped and ready to amplify a burn spell with Firebending 3 in the middle of his combat phase or even during your opponent's turn. Now let's talk about Iroh's third ability, the one that sets him apart from any other firebender we've designed so far. It represents his deep connection to the spirit world, and it opens up some seriously spicy lines of play. Whenever you cast a spirit or arcane spell, Iroh untaps. Even if he's already tapped from combat or from amplifying your last burn spell, he springs back into action the moment a glacial ray or lava spike hits the stack. Suddenly, your burn deck has a backbone of calm clarity. You can run Iroh in a spear-heavy mid-range shell, or go full Arcane Storm with splice cards from Kamigawa. Either way, Iroh rewards those who understand the balance between flame and flow. And here's a side note for those with eyes on the horizon. The upcoming Avatar MTG set might just bring back Spirit and Arcane mechanics. After all, the Spirit world is as core to the Avatar verse as it is to Plane of Kamigawa. The spirits there aren't just ghosts, but embodiments of emotion, nature, and ideals. Next week, we're going back to the very origins of the Avatar cycle. Before Aang, before Korra, we'll be redesigning Raava and Vaatu, the eternal forces of light and darkness that shaped the world itself. So if you're excited to see what Cosmic Powers looks like on a Magic card, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the most ancient battle in the Avatar verse.